Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in to our race video for the USAT Age Group National Championships. I'm excited to talk to you about this event. This is one of our favorite events, new events that we started in 2021. I want to talk about what you can expect all race weekend, go over some maps, go over the race day plan, and of course, if you've got any questions, shoot us a message or put some comments in the video and we will be happy to get back to you on that. Little disclaimer, I am recording this in 2022, so hopefully, depending on when you watch this, everything is the same. Usually we'll likely update this, but if we didn't, sorry. So just want to put that a little bit out there. So a little bit about this event. So this is the Age Group National Championships Triathlon. This is a race. A lot of the events that we do are non-competitive. They are races, but we are not competing against each other. That is one of the unique things about this event. We are in our own category for our teams, one angel, one captain, and our teams are racing. We are racing against each other, and at the end of the day, we have our own podium, and the top three teams get prizes with the USAT. So isn't that pretty awesome? We initiated this conversation with the USAT back in 2019 for the 2020 event. They were really excited about having us. That event did not happen, but 2021 was our first year, and it was a great time. We had 11 teams, and the teams did great. So our goal, as always, is to make sure everyone has a safe and fun experience, but more than any other event, we are also here to make sure that you guys are racing and you have an awesome time doing that as quickly as possible. So this event, our vision for this is that My Team Triumph can come alongside the USAT and help to grow the assisted division. It is not something that existed prior to 2021. The USAT has been great to work with on this initiative, and we want to work with them long term on doing this. So we're excited that you're joining us for this event. It's a historic event, and we want to make sure that everything goes really smoothly. And like I said, racing, and you're having a great time. So let's dive right into the race plan. I've taken the dates off of this plan. We're just going to basically kind of talk through the overall weekend flow, assuming that the event is in the same place and is on the same day, which is on a Sunday as we're recording this in 2022. So there is an expo, which starts on Thursday of the event. We are there. We have a booth, and we're sharing all the love about MTT. So come on down, check us out. Great way to kick off the whole weekend is to visit our expo space and tell your friends and family to come on down too. So we'll be there from 2 to 6. We're also there on Friday from 10 to 5:15. Friday is a time where there's packet pickup. We will be getting individuals packets for you and having those for you on race weekend. You can come visit our booth to get them, or we'll get them for you on Saturday or Sunday of the event. So highly recommend you get them from us ahead of time so that you can get all the stickers and the swim caps and all that stuff ready to go. So this event is held at the Discovery World Museum, i.e. Milwaukee Art Museum, and it's a great location for a triathlon. There's a lot of space, and it's just a really, really good spot. So on Saturday, the expo also continues 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. There is a check-in for Angels from 2:40 to 4:45. Angels, want to make sure that you do that. Get your bike checked in, and then that will go into transition area overnight. There is a swim course preview for Angels that want to do that. And then we are going to have a meeting, an optional team meeting at 1 o'clock for Angels, captains, and volunteers. Basically, it's going to kind of talk through everything. How is the flow going to go? How is transitions going to go? We want to make sure our teams are especially our crew, our volunteers are ready to help you guys. So that's open for anyone. That's going to be located by our team tent. I'll show you where that is in a little bit. Optional, join us. Love to have you there. Okay, on to race day on Sunday. Transition opens 4:45 to goes to 6:55. Angels, totally recommend that you guys take advantage of this time. Want to make, if you guys are all probably very experienced triathletes, you want to have your transition area set. You want to have your clothing out. You want to change into your fuel, your all that stuff. Just make sure that you're comfortable to do that. Captains, we want to make sure you also have anything that you need from a personal support, clothing, helmets, blankets, food you want to have in transition as well. We're there to help, but you guys can come in, and a family member can come in as well. The first wave of the event, usually if you've done a race with my Team Triumph, we are the first wave. This is a little bit different. We are actually in the last wave. The very first wave of the whole event starts at 7. You're going to have to get out transition by 6:55, and they close down transition. But for the next hour and a half or so, you can come over by our tent. We can cheer on all the athletes. It helps you also understand what to expect once the race starts, okay? So come over, hang out, watch the race. We will have our first really kind of gathering at 8 o'clock. We're going to do a meeting by the tent. We'll do a prayer. We'll talk about the race day and answer any questions that you guys have. And then we will begin loading people up into the water at 8:30, and then you guys can do a little warm up. Just to give you guys an understanding of kind of how some of this looks, here's what the expo looks like. Big space, as you can see. We've got a really awesome setup there with our truss system. When you guys are getting into the water, we've got a really unique system that we've devised over last year, because there isn't exactly the most accessible, accommodating entrance for our boats. So we have that's right, it's a My Team Triumph slip and slide. Let's watch that one more time. So it's kind of hard to tell here, but over on the shoreline we have the boats. And then we basically put, a bunch of dish soap on this. We tie this up. We load the captains into the boats and slide the boats off into the water, so that you guys can basically, see where we are and load in there. You get to see a little bit of where we're staged. You can see the athletes are going off into the water over here. This is the starting area by the dock. And then we've just lashed the boats up onto the shore here. Once our wave starts, our angels are able to pull the captains over here and then begin their swim start. Swim start like this, right? So you can see our teams heading off. This was in the 2021 year. We have our own start, but we are starting with all of the PC Open athletes. So there will likely be some other physically challenged athletes that are going to be doing this event with you guys. Okay. So that's going to start around 9:25, the swim start. Again, we begin loading around 8:30. You guys can do a little warm up and want to make sure there's plenty of time. So transition area, let's talk a little bit about that. So I'm going to show you what that looks like. Here's our transition zone. It's not a great map, but just to reference you over here, this is what we were looking at, where we have this little area over here. Well, this is the water where the swim is. This over here is where we have our team tent, and then where we load our captains into the boats, and this is where we had them staged along the wall here. So this is the whole transition area. 2020, we were at the south end of it. We're yet to see if that's where we'll be the year that you do it, but we'll explain that once we get there. But this is the transition area. It's very close to our tent. So The transition area is for the athletes, our crew, and one support person for a captain. We cannot have spectators in there, but there are plenty of places that you can spectate outside of transition. Over here where the bike in is, this is the bike out and the run out on the north end of transition. So there's a lot of places that you can see and cheer the athletes as they're coming in and out of transition from the swim and the bike and out onto the run. So there's a lot of spots there. Let's look at the swim course here. So this is kind of the swim course. Again, reference. So up here is where our tent is. We have the captain's boats hooked up here. They just move over and they're going to head southward. They're going to go under this bridge. Now this is where we deviate a little bit from all the other athletes. So the other athletes are going to go past these buoys. They're going to do a right-hand turn, and then come back here and finish. Now, the finish for all the other athletes is also a rocky finish. We do not have a slip and slide out. So let me show you what we are going to do for our athletes here. So these are side-by-side maps-ish, but just to give you reference again, we're gonna do the course going southwards here under the bridge. All the other athletes are going to go right about to this tip, turn, and come back in. Our athletes are going to go out under the bridge and then make a way around this point and finish on this beach right here. Okay, so this is the My Team Triumph beach. We are the only athletes coming out there, but the nice thing about this swim out is we have this huge beach to pull our boats up and to do our transition right out of the water. We will have the chairs by that spot, and we will have volunteers to help with transfers. And our goal at that point is to get the captains as quickly and safely out of the chairs out of the boats into the chairs. And then the angels, you guys have an extra nice fun little run. You're going to run along this path over across the bridge and over into transition area, which is this field right here. Okay, it is about a quarter mile. It's a little bit of a run. We do put the front wheel on the chair so that you guys can navigate that a little bit more smoothly, but that's one of the unique things about this area. So again, do not go right at this yellow buoy here and try to finish with everyone else. You have to make sure that you follow around the little point, go to the left, and you're going to see our volunteers right there. So we do not have anyone in the water to tell you that, at least as of 2022. We may, depending on the year you do it, but want to make sure that you guys know to keep going. Okay, and going back to the transition area again. So you're going to come into transition area, you're going to do your switch. We will help you take the wheel off, put the bike connection on, hook it to the bike, get the straps, the helmets, all that good stuff for the captains. Angels, you do your thing once you bring the captain into transition, and then you guys are going to navigate your way out, walking your bike, running your bike out, a bike out onto the bike course. Bike course looks like this. You can see in the middle here, this is our transition area. You're going to go along the lake shore, which is very scenic. You're going to go first head north on Lincoln Memorial Drive. You're going to go up this area here. At the end of Lake Drive is a nice little hill. You can see it on the elevation map right here. That's what this looks like. Okay. That's that little bump. You're going to turn around. You're going to come back, and you're going to go back along Lake Shore over to the Hone Bridge, which is another fun little climb. You can see on the elevation map, that's going to be right here. It's a good 110 feet in a very short period of time. It's not steep, but it is long, and you go right back down, and you're going to come back. You're going to get to the end of it. You're going to come back over. You can see over here Russell Avenue, and then go back into transition. So once you are out of the transition area, it works the same. You're going to come off Clybourne here into Bike In, will help you get set, head out on run out onto the run course. Run course looks like this. We're down in the lower corner here for transition. You're going to go along the trail. This is all trail here. This is all path, which is very nice, very scenic, very, very flat course. There should be no one on this course except the athletes, maybe a couple walkers, spectators, stuff like that, and over to the finish line. So you can see the finish line is in a little different spot as the transition area. One note about the finish line, you can see here we're looking at the red carpet of the finish line. This is an amazing finish. It's awesome. Spectators are going to go nuts. In this particular photo, what you see are actually 3 of our teams. This was our winner last year. You can see he is walking with his angel, and then right behind him is Jordan and Jeffrey, and then just a little further back is, I'm guessing, Jacob there in the third team. The red carpet is a neutral zone. So what we mean by that is if you are coming up, if you're racing, you're coming up to the red carpet, you cannot pass a team that is in front of you between the beginning of the red carpet and the finish line. We do that because some of the captains are going to be getting out of the chair and walking across the finish line, and some of them are not. So we want to make sure, really essentially the beginning of the carpet, think of it this way, the beginning of the carpet is the finish line. The carpet is really just the celebration, right? So we want captains to be able to have that opportunity and not get passed. So if you are coming up to the carpet, you see a captain in front of you, you will stay behind them until they cross, and then you can cross, and vice versa. So that's something to keep in mind there. Okay, going back to the race day plan. We are back over here. So finish to the finish area. We do have a little post-race party / award ceremony party, I guess would be more at our tent. After you're done, of course, you can come and transition and get all your stuff and come over to the tent. We'll have some snacks, likely coffee and snacks. But there's also post-race food that the race supplies. And then there's an award ceremony. And this year, in 2022, it's going to be at the UW-Milwaukee Panther Arena on Kilbourne Ave, which is just over a mile away. Now, we have a podium for our top 3 finishers, so we want you guys to be there, and you can cheer on the athletes. We'd love it. Everyone would be there. So that is something that we'd love for you guys to be at, but especially the top 3 teams, captain and angel, or athlete with disability and guide, and be there to receive your recognition as top 3 in this category. Okay, so that's it, guys. I hope you guys found this informational. If you have any questions, feel free to shoot us a message or comment on the video. We're happy to get back to you. We're really excited you're joining us. This is going to be an awesome race, and we can't wait to have you there with us. Talk to you soon.